I want to talk to you about your future. First, you think you ever sell?
Oh, no. We want to be a legacy brand. When I sit down with parents and players, day one, I say, we're about you, we're about your career. We can afford our principals. We have no debt, we own our buildings. The ownership of this entity will be within our family and our family trust. They understand the designs of this and how it will continue. And the reality of it is we have the tremendous negotiating team. This is not a one-man band, it's 150 people that everybody's providing their expertise to give their best efforts to make sure that the athlete is cared for on every level.
When do you see running this business till?
I just go back to the Supreme Court justices, They're operating at a high speed of light in their mid to late 90s, so I'm figuring I got a good 30 years left.
Okay, with 30 years left, that would put you in your early 100s.
Well, we'll see how the health is around 100, but
Do you think you ever retire?
I don't think that's in my vocabulary, mainly because the vibrancy you receive from what you do is life unto itself. In other words, you're not you unless you're doing what you do in the manner you can do it. You get up in the morning and our sports training institute gives me a list of things I got to do. You do that every day, and you do it why? Because you got to compete with the game. You got to stay up with the game. You got to get after it. And that brings you the ability to enjoy so many other things in your life, your grandchildren and your children and the people you work with, and seeing them grow success in their careers. And that's really, really rewarding. And the other part of it is that you're able to give a perspective where you're always open to the new, the next theater of understanding that's going to come to give you greater insight about the game and execution of it and what you do. But I also get to return to the grass, to that field. And that's the thing that makes you know that kind of it's where you belong. It's what it is.
When the transition at some point, whenever it is, happens, when you're no longer leading the charge here, what's your vision for what that looks like?
We have a level of expertise here where people have been trained for 25 years and more, and they're really, really good at their jobs. They're so far, in my mind, above what's available in the field. And our negotiating staff, our legal team, our free agent models, our arbitration models, they're year-round elements. We have people that have been there training athletes specifically in baseball at various positions for 30 years. And it really makes the evolution of this company, whether I'm involved or not, to be a footprint for that layer to involve in, because they've had all that experience. They have the currency of today. They have all those things, so they can just evolve into the continuance of the performance at the best available levels.
A sports agent has never before been inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. That would mean what to you?
I laugh only in the sense that when you began in this career and the absolute trials of what it was to deal with respected men who'd been in baseball their whole lives, and how they greeted you and how they just shut the door on you, and how they really, really felt that this was something that was so negative to the game. Don't you dare bring business, advocacy, legal protections to them. And I talked to Marvin Miller. I got to talk to him for 2 days in a row, and he passed, I think, 8 or 9 months later. And it was a conversation where I asked him the same question. I said, do you know your imprint on this game? You formed the Hall of Fame. You have really made this game, free agency, everything's so much different with your vision. And I want to know so much about how he thought. And he talked to me about just the door slamming and all the things that were done to remove him from having a presence in the game. And he said to me, oh, don't worry. He said, those things always come when you're gone. And I laughed and I said, and you know, it was true. It was easier for them to really give notice and proper respect for what he meant to the game after he was gone. So in answer to your question, Marvin was a great visionary for me, and he always says, I'm building this stage, you get to dance on it. Make sure you know all your steps. That was the advice he gave me.